Okay, my friends, how's everybody doing? Okay, so I was just recently tagged in this post. It was literally just some minutes ago. It was in this critical challenge to all Christian theists. It was by this gentleman named Matt Smith. So this was so bad. It was literally less than 10 minutes ago this happened. He is presenting this alleged irrefutable argument against God of how no theists have refuted it. It's such a stupid argument. The oldest argument is so bad, but I'm going to screenshot it for you guys so you can see it. This is this is just insane, just how stupid this argument really is. But I'm gonna go ahead and screen share it. All right, let me see if you guys can see this. Let me see. Looks like you guys can see it. Okay, good. Anyway, so critical challenge to all Christian theists. There are many arguments against the existence of the Christian God, but I would like to share with you the one that for me raised my certainty level to 100%. This argument not only shows that the Christian God does not exist, but just as importantly, that even if some kind of God did, it would be unable to sit in judgment of anyone. Christians claim that God is omniscient, and as far as I know, this is supported in Scripture. I take this to mean that the Christian God knows the truth value of all possible coherent propositions and knows no false information. That being the case, if we can think of a single proposition that God cannot know the truth value of, we have shown that the concept of omniscience, and thus also the Christian God, is purely man made. The proposition is as follows: you and your universe were created 5 minutes ago. You were created with all your current memories and knowledge wholesale by the real deity meta god, lacking only this single piece of information. Now, where I say meta god, you may just as easily substitute the programmer, an IT technician of some mature civilization with the computing power to run a universe simulation. Think about it carefully and you'll see that God cannot possibly know whether this proposition was true or false. If true, the information would have been hidden by the more powerful meta god or the programmer, so God would not know it to be the case. If false, God would simply lack the knowledge, but not know whether that was due to the proposition being true or otherwise. To verify whether or not an entity was omniscient, by the way, would also necessitate our are also being omniscient, so it's impossible for any being, no matter how powerful, to reveal anything to us mere mortals with absolute certainty. This show, I'm sorry, guys. This is so stupid for a host of reasons. But anyway, this shows that I mentioned that neither the Christian God nor any other entity can actually be omniscient. So that concept is purely a human invention. This implies that no other entity can sit in judgment over us, since lacking omniscience, it can never know if we ought to be punished or rewarded, because it will always be possible that its knowledge consisted, in fact, of nothing more than artificial memories implanted 5 minutes ago. Many theists have already tried and failed to refute this argument. You will also fail and have no choice but to become atheists, at least towards the God of the Bible, or know you're living a lie. Okay, why do I feel like I'm being trolled here or something? Oh my gosh, this argument is so horrible. This argument is so stupid. Let me screen share again so you guys can see this. All right, let me pull this back up real quick. Screen share. Okay, share screen. I gotta hurry up and do this because I'm on a library timer. If I need to do a part two to this, I will continue after the timer runs up. So I gotta get this done inside of 11 minutes. But But anyway, here we go. Um, the first problem I see right off the bat is that he talks about this meta god, and he says like um, the more powerful meta god or the programmer. The problem with let me highlight it here. It's like the more powerful meta god, the programmer. The problem he's saying right here is that God, by definition, is the greatest conceivable being. So there could be no entity more powerful than him. There couldn't be any meta God. This is ridiculous. That's the first problem with what he's saying. By definition, if God is the greatest conceivable being, then there can't be no entity more powerful than that. That's just stupid. I, I'm just face palming at the absurdity of this. I hope the dudes from Red Pill Religion is watching this. Either Deflating Atheism, Dean something. I can't. I think this is like Dean Esme or Max Kobe, whatever his name was. Awesome guys. I hope they do some sort of response to this if they see this post. If he even, I'll just copy and paste this post or screen share it or something and send it over to those dudes. They will tear this thing apart. But that's the first real big problem I see with it. And Enoch says, "Hey Antonio, what's up, Enoch?" I was like, this is the greatest conceivable being can't be any lower than any other entity. That makes no sense. So how would there be some sort of more powerful meta god programmer? That's the first stupid point. The second stupid point is that we can't know that an omniscient God, or we have no ability to know. Well, hold on. Let me rewrite this. Let me just read what he said. This shows, as I mentioned, that neither the Christian God nor any other entity can actually be omniscient. Yeah, so he's saying that it's just a human invention, and can actually and he can't actually be omniscient. How does he know that? How does he go about proving that? He has no ability, no sort of way to. He has no sort of way to discover that whatsoever. And this terrible argument does absolutely nothing for him at all. He does absolutely. He has absolutely no way to shoulder that sort of burden. How does he know that there's no entity in any plane of existence that knows all true propositions? How could he possibly prove that? That is oh gosh. Oh man, this is so dumb. Okay. To verify whether or not an entity was omniscient, by the way, would necessitate our being omniscient. That's enough. Oh my God. That is so stupid. We don't need to be omniscient ourselves to understand and to have something revealed to us that a being is omniscient. That's just crazy. I understand that I'm a Christian presuppositionalist, and I rest on the foundation that I start with we, build our wisdom on the knowledge of God. So you can't make sense out of your existence without God. But even if I were to accept their foundational worldview, like evidentialism, I think that's what it's called. Even if I were to argue from that position, you don't argue it by saying that we would have to be omniscient ourselves. The only thing we would need is good reasons to accept an entity was omniscient. And an omniscient entity can do this in a number of different ways by revealing all sorts of things to us that another being couldn't possibly know. An omniscient entity will have the ability to do such a thing. So the fact that we're not omniscient ourselves does not mean we cannot understand or have the revelation to us of an omniscient being. That's really stupid. An omniscient being will have the ability to be able to communicate that to us despite our mortal existence, despite our mortal and and human limitations. If an omniscient entity knows all, then it would know how to communicate himself to us in a way that mortals can understand. So this idea, oh, this is so, oh, this is so dumb. Maybe I'm just blatantly or egregiously misunderstanding his argument or something. I don't think I am. There's so many things wrong with this. What there was something he said earlier that really caught my attention. Where was it at? Christians claim that God's omniscient, as far as I know, and knows no false information. Truth value knows no false information. You in the universe. Oh, okay. He said this argument not only shows that the Christian God does not exist, but just as importantly that even if some kind of God did, it would have been unable to send judgment of anyone. Since when did one have to know all things to be able to judge anyone? For crying out loud, we go to people rather go in the courts all the time and get judged by people who are not omniscient. They get judged by finite beings. This is stupid. This is so stupid. And let's say you had some sort of ultimate being who could judge, but wasn't omniscient. Let's just hypothetically say there was some ultimate being that wasn't omniscient. The only thing that ultimate being would need is information on every single person. And that ultimate being would just need correct information on every single person. And that being would be able to rightfully judge each and every person on the planet as long as the information was correct. So this idea that and if you're not omniscient, that you can't judge any, that's so stupid. Throw out courts then, because there's always the possibility that the evidence is insufficient, or the judges or the jury don't know something. There could always be something missing. Since that's even possible that there could be something missing, let's not be judged. We can't be judged by anyone. This is just dumb. Oh man, this argument is so terrible on so many levels. I don't even know what to say. I really don't. But this timer is about to run out, and I hope you guys got a good laugh from this, because this is one of the worst arguments I ever read. But I gotta get off here, guys. I'm not gonna do a part two of this. There's no point. This is a really stupid argument. He's gonna have to do better than this, or maybe he's gonna have to explain or convey it in a way to where it shows that I egregiously misunderstood something or whatever. But as far as I can tell, this is horrible. This is bad. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Y'all take care. God bless. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take care. God bless. Peace.